Well, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, bringing you another super awesome Minecraft episode. And in today's episode, we return to the fishing cabin project, looking super awesome from above, and work on our final stretch of landscaping. We're going to build trees and additional waterfalls and all sorts of other great stuff. So let's get this episode underway. Alright, and welcome back, my fellow miners and crafters, to Scarland, and it's always good to have you here for another super awesome project. So we are going to make our last stretch of landscaping complete in this episode, so it's pretty exciting to finally be able to pretty well complete all the areas around the house now. So we're going to finish up this last stretch right here, and we're going to get that all complete, and then everything around the house will be finally complete. There's a few other odds and ends around here we'll probably finish up in a live stream, so down below you can definitely follow me down below to kind of be updated when I do go live on a live stream. So we'll finish up a bit of that, but video wise we're just wrapping up here, and it's super exciting to really get close to being able to complete this project. Now we've been working on it for quite some time, and I think it's well worth it. You know, it took a little bit longer than I originally had hoped for, but you know, in some ways it's a good thing. You know, my original idea, say for the Scarland cave, was just this little tiny thing, and it had a couple crystals in it. I did a little test of it, but then, you know, letting it kind of sizzle for a little while, because sometimes it's good to let, oh, hi Bob, what you doing up there? Sometimes I feel like it's good to let a design kind of sit for a little bit. It's like, you know, when you hear the saying, let me sleep on it. I like to do that with designs. You know, I might make a design, and then a couple, like maybe even a month will go by before I'm able to finally execute on the design. And, you know, I might have come up with some better ideas by then. So that is the case with the Crystal Cave. So I know some people were really excited to kind of get this done. So me too. I'm ready to wrap this up too, and move on to something else. But I also think this project was well worth the extra effort that we did put into it, and not just build just a standard little house and then call that good. I'm glad we went the extra mile and created these incredible mountains and the house and a whole boat cave and stuff like that. I think we did something cool, not just just a little standard, you know, house and stuff like that. I think we really went the extra mile. So I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. I know they went on a little long and people have been kind of anxious to go on to something else, but let me know. Was the series a little too long, or was it just about right, you know, the amount of work? I know some people would like to see the videos be a bit more, you know, a few more Scarland videos a week, but that's, you know, some creative series I can maybe do that a couple times a week. But with Scarland being survival, it takes so much time and energy to get resources and build. And oh, hey there, buddy, why don't you go play over there on fire, and I'll meet you in a minute. You're coming back. But with Scarland, sometimes it takes a while. But coming up in the next little bit here, once I get, you know, different things out of the way that I have going on, like a little vacation and stuff like that, I'm going to reformat some of my videos just a little bit, because some people wanted a few changes, and I'm more than happy to make sure I'm making the best content possible for you guys. And if you have any suggestions for, you know, new video series or different ways of doing videos, definitely let me know. I love constructive criticism, you know, like Scar, I think you could do this a little bit better here or there. So definitely let me know. So if you could right now tell me what is your favorite thing about my videos and your least favorite, that would be awesome. So least and most favorite thing about my videos, and then I could kind of see like, oh, people like that. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. People didn't like that. So just trying to make my videos the best I can, and your guys' feedback are always super awesome. So yeah, so I always really do appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching my videos and sticking around and supporting my channel and myself. It means a lot. Really does. And I can't thank you guys enough for the support you've given me for all these years of you know, doing YouTube and stuff like that. And I just gotta thank you. And the incredible support you guys have given me on Twitch, and the amount of a month or so that we've been streaming, a little over a month now, I guess. Yeah, a little over a month. We've accumulated a huge group of awesome folks over there. And I just, once again, guys, thank you. So we're working over here. We're getting the the ground all kind of settled down and doing a bit of terraforming through here. And I'm just trying to get things kind of settled in here so it has a nice little bit of a flow, so it's not all just, you know, straight lines, and kind of has a little bit of cascading effect where things are kind of eroding off a little bit. So, you know, I think we're starting to get there. Terraforming, like I've always said in survival, is never easy. So it's kind of a tricky one because, you know, you're kind of gambling a little bit with it. Because, you know, if you make a mistake, the likelihood of like going through and kind of ripping it all out is just too much. So it's kind of a gamble. So you really got to have kind of a vision in your head before you do it, or at least practicing creative. That's always a great option. So yeah, so my ideas here are to bring this cliff a little bit more over the pool here. And then I'm going to do a small little waterfall that'll run down here. And then I'll connect our little river that's over there into here. So it kind of meets under the pool. So I think that'll be pretty darn cool. So I'm trying to get this all kind of connected here. So I'm just going to bring this just a little bit more over here. And there we go. Just get that kind of flowing a little bit more. There we go. Get that complete right there. So yeah, we've got 1.8 now. So I'm making this video a little bit early. We're still on the very last pre-releases of it, but we've got it. And I think it's definitely one of the better updates we've ever gotten. The horse update is still one of my favorite updates just because of the sheer awesomeness of horses, but and how much of a kind of a game changer they were. If only I had donkey. I want a donkey so much for Scarland, but I just cannot find any of them. But with 1.8, we've gotten some amazing things. And one of the things I find overlooked a little bit too with some people is the performance increases we've gotten with the game. These performance increases have made it, some people who were unable to play Minecraft before have now been able to, or at least, you know, maybe they were struggling a little bit with frame rates and they're now having a smooth experience. So that's huge. That's really huge that they're able to experience, you know, Minecraft. I've gotten some nice comments on on Twitter, like, Scar, you know, I played on, you know, the Xbox or whatever, and I never played on the PC till now. And it was like, oh, that's really cool, you know? They got some cool, like, performance updates. Now they can play on the PC and, you know, take advantage of some of the mods and the servers. So, I don't know. I think that could be one of the best updates with 1.8. There we go. Except in the pre-release that I'm on, for some reason, it lags on my new computer, which has a nice graphic card, which is strange. And I'm going to have to figure this out. All right, so yeah, we're on the last legs, and this should be released really soon. So, at least at the time of making this video, some of the people who've you know, gone into the snapshots and stuff, and there we go. So we got that kind of all built up there, looking super snazzy. Awesome. So let's jump down here a little bit. So just adding this little bit of dirt down here, looking really nice, and giving the house a lot of terrain change. So that was a thing when I wanted to work on the landscaping, was to create a lot of elevation changes in the landscape. I criticized myself in the modern house build that there wasn't enough terrain changes. It was all just flat. And I really wanted to create that immersion feel of, you know, a lot of different little hilly environments in through here. And I think we were able to achieve it. So give me 1 second, guys. Kind of let me catch my breath for a second and do a little bit more work, and I'll be right back. Alright, so welcome back, and let's come out of our little pit down there, and you can see where I've kind of increased the cave there a little bit, just that little chunk that's been chopped off the mountain there, looking pretty good so far. So a lot of work still needs to go into it. Like, I want to add 2 trees to it and then some stone work also. So we'll kind of work on that a little bit. So let's jump up here. So this will be a really nice kind of focal point of the pool. So this will kind of have a overlook, so when you're coming down that staircase, it'll look really nice kind of there, looking kind of, and then drawing your eye up into the mountain. I think it'll look good. I think it'll look good. We'll see. We'll do just a little bit of cleanup work now and try to add some of those details in here. So now that we have so many amazing stones with 1.8, look at what we could do in these areas. Before, we could just have stuck some stone, maybe a little cobblestone, and that's about it. But now we've got some amazing choices now to really kind of spruce up the design, and I love it. I love these new choices that we have. There we go. If only, like I always say, if only these things had half slabs for their polished versions, that would be the ideal. That would be the ideal thing right there. If these had that, all the possibilities would be endless. All right, there we go. And we'll come over here. And let's see here, let's get that all loaded up. And so what we'll do here is we'll try to extend this out just a little bit more. And then from here, we will, of course, add the trees like I spoke about before. And then we'll add a little bit of cobblestone below it to kind of create kind of a jagged, crumbly rock too. So that'll look nice. There we go. So you can kind of see how I'm doing that, where I'm just slowly kind of adding these pieces in here. So it gets us some pieces there. There we go. So at least it's kind of holding up. So you want to make sure it's, you know, has a good base down here that it looks like it's, you know, holding up that giant section of the mountain too. So you want to make sure that base is very solid. Very good. All right, so just kind of keep continuing going along, and I'll see you back in a minute. We'll work on some trees. All right, welcome back. So we're taking a look at how this is looking now. So as you can see, this kind of branches kind of up there, and I think we'll add a little bit more up here to make that a little bit taller, and then the snow-capped mountains go on top of that. So I think we're starting to get things into scale. You know, it's not 100% yet, but it's starting to get there. So I'm gonna work over here for a moment, and I just wanna create kind of like a pile of gravel, if you will. So this is just kind of erosion, you know, right here, just a little bit of rock. There we go, just put a little bit here or there. And we can continue to add more and more to that. And then right here will be a small little waterfall that will continue through there. Not more of a waterfall, but more of just a kind of a flowing river that will come into there. And there's Mr. Creeper Inspector. Hello, Mr. Inspector. Are you inspecting the work so far? Oh, you have company. Oh, you have company. And your company is, well, unfortunately has died. Oh, poor creeper inspectors. You know, all they ever want to do is make sure the world is up to code and safe. All right, so let's head back up here. And I want to create that little bit of a waterfall. So not too big of a waterfall, but just a little something right here. Just a little something that flows out right there. And this will be just kind of a, let's see if we can get it to kind of flow nice. Let's see. Oh, that's not quite the flow that I wanted, but we'll try to get that going here. So bring that up a little bit more. And I kind of want to keep this general flow like that. I think that's nice, instead of it just a static pile of water. Okay, well, that's not great at all. But what we could do is we can thicken up this area right here and then squeeze it down and create something that's a little bit more appealing than that, because that is very, very unappealing. All right, get that done right there. And yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit. I like this where it kind of makes it look like it's, you know, got a little bit of flow to it. So I don't mind that too much. We'll make a little bit of adjustments, but for the most part, I like that a little bit. Here we go. And then we can, oh, this is what's tough about, you know, doing this in survival is always a bother, because if you fall, then you gotta, you know, walk your way back up and everything. But in the end, it's a little bit more rewarding, so it's well worth it, I think. But I wanted to talk a little bit about 1.9. We barely got 1.8, and I'm already talking about 1.9. But I wanted to just throw out a couple of suggestions. Now, these aren't anything unique or original, but it would be really nice if Minecraft Mojang thought, hey, let's add backpacks. I do think it's time, guys. I think it's time at the Mojang headquarters there to think about backpacks. I think it's time to add those to the game, and I think we would really benefit from them. And I could benefit right now from it for definite shows. So that's at least what I'm kind of hoping for maybe in this. I'm actually going to cut the stem of the flow here now that I know how it's going to flow. So when you see where it's going to flow, then you can kind of you know, start building up around it to keep it from making this giant fan shape. But with 1.8, I think backpacks are a huge must in that update. I think it's time to add them, because I'm looking at leather, and I've got like 4 crates full of leather. I've never, you know, building in this world for so long, you know, you accumulate junk, and I don't really like to throw too much away. And so I have so much of it, and I'm like, well, what can we do with this? Well, of course, let's add some backpacks. I mean, there's so many mods out there, great mods that incorporate it, and it doesn't seem like it would be too big of a deal either. So hopefully, we can get those. Oh, that would be so cool if that was possible. And then there's the other cool thing. I don't know. This is more like a mod or something like that, but there probably is a mod now like this. But way back in 2011, I mentioned that it would be so cool to have a pick helmet, something like a helmet with like a light on the top of the helmet. So you could put a torch or a piece of glowstone in there, and maybe it would go away after a while. It would kind of fizzle out or burn out, but you would have this little light for mining, so you wouldn't always have to put torches down every time you walk. I think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, so let me know what your guys' ideas for the next Minecraft update, because yeah, you know, oh no, Bob, no, Bob, no, Bob, no, you destroyed my pool. Oh, Bob, what have you done? All right, let me fix this. All right, welcome back. And these mobs, they're just after me all day. They just won't leave me alone. All right, got Bob blew that up down there. Got another, oh my gosh. There's more, We're going in. Die, you evil beings, get out of here. And then this one. The creepers like to get right here, and then they start sizzling if I get close. They like to get up there. It's like a pillbox from like World War II. They got the little machine gun up there. All right. Well, welcome back once again. And yeah, we're trying to get as much done today as possible to try to finish this up. And so I'm trying to do a ton in this episode. It's been about 2 hours since I started to record here. And look at that waterfall looking super snazzy. And over here, we've added some cobblestone above there like that. And I think that looks kind of cool. It adds this little crevice in there. I think that looks nice. Gives it a little bit more dimension. And I did another one there. And I just created like a little cave back there and a little cave down there. It's lit up at the moment because I'm trying to keep the mobs from spawning. As you can see, that I still need 2 more pieces of carpet to fix that. But we are moving on. Yes, we are. And we're just going to work on our little river right here. There we go. And I'm going to grab that back out once again. There we go. And I just want this to kind of flow through here. This will mimic what was on the other side, so it'll look like it's just a little river flows through here. And I think that'll look really nice. And yeah, so once we get the river complete here, and then we can kind of add in some rocks here or there to kind of look like whitewater rapids or something along those lines. There we go. Getting some nice stuff built up here. So once we get this complete, then we have a couple trees to plant, and yeah, so then we'll completed a pretty good little chunk of landscape, completing it for the project for video wise. And yeah, that's exciting. At least we've got, you know, this main landscaping and gardens and different things like that all set up and ready to go. There we go. Got that complete there. Bring that across here just a little bit more. Awesome. Awesome. So let's jump back up here as we create our little river. So it needs some more work. And as you can see over here, how we did it on this one, how it kind of flows through here. That's how I wanted to do down there. But yeah, it'll take a little bit to kind of adjust it and get it to all the different ways we want it. But yeah, it's starting to kind of come out, and I like it. So what I want to do for this design is add a little bit of granite, and I think it's a really good transition block. So what do you like? Do you like this design? Because I think it's a good one, but I want to run it by you guys just to see. But transitioning from dirt to stone, I think granite is a good in-between block. And it kind of looks nice. It kind of gives it a good transition between, you know, a bright gray to a brown. I don't know. I just want to run that by you guys, see what your guys' thoughts on that were. I think it looks cool, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it'll be a permanent change or not. Okay, well, I like that. So give me a couple more seconds here. Let me refine this little river, and then we'll work on those trees. All right, and welcome back. So let's take a quick look at some of the progress. So I've been going for a long time here, trying to get all the little intricate details built in here with a little waterfall here. We have our river flowing down here looking super snazzy now. So we just need to add some plants and some landscaping up there. Now I added an additional tree there, and I would still like to add about 2 or 3 trees up on that cliff hanging down. But our main tree, I want to work on that right now. So this is a big one. So this one's going to be pretty cool. So, oh, hey, come back here, my darkwood. So this one's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to try to build this one as big as possible, because I think this one will be pretty cool how it'll kind of hang over the walkway and a little bit of the pool. Really kind of give everything a nice feel in this area. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. I really want to build up the root structure for this pretty good. All right, so I'm going to start bringing this thing up. And then let's go back down here, and I want to angle it maybe just a little bit, so I'll have to grab out my next stack. So it's a good thing I got extras. There we go. Perfect. And then down below we can continue to refine and change the root structure. It looks like that zombie's all decked out and ready for battle. Dinnerbone's minion came after me again with, he didn't have a bone that time, but he had something else. I can't remember what he was holding, something that I had dropped. But yeah, Dinnerbone's minions are all about here today. All right, there we go. And put that one right there. And let's see, let's just do a quick one out to the side. So just making some really basic, work on the branches that'll go out. And then you can always come back in and refine those much better after the fact. So we'll get that going. All right, let's not use my corset. I don't want to use that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we can start to add some branches. So now we'll just start to kind of get the branches all built up on the top here. We'll bring out our scaffolding just a little bit more. But yeah, look at this place. It's really starting to come together. It's starting to have a really immersive feel to it with all the different pieces of landscape coming together to create that really nice feel for this area that'll have that forest presence to it that I'm super excited for. The house area that we originally started with, like I've talked about it before, being this was generated in, I believe, beta. Yes, beta, of course, yes, beta. I was thinking alpha, but this world was generated just at the beginning of beta. So put that up there like so. So this area was pre-tall grass. You could. It's amazing to think how long, sometimes I forget how long I've been playing Minecraft, but this area was generated before grass. So the little tall grass that they added in, can't remember when, but this was pre that. So it's pretty cool. This area really got an upgrade, if you will. Really got an upgrade with some new design, some ska design. There we go. So this tree will look spectacular. So when you're doing this, I kind of have a picture in my head of how I want it to have this kind of overhang feel to it. I like to call this the Scar Oak because it's kind of themed after an oak tree, but with some scar enhancements to it, if you will. So it's not exactly an oak, but kind of has that feel a little bit to it. So I like to call it the Scar Oak because it's not quite an oak tree, but it's got some flair of an oak tree to it, but with a little scar design to it. There we go. Get that all in there. Looking super good. All right, looks like our chicken down there is enjoying the pool. It's glad somebody's getting some use out of it down there. There we go, and then bring that across there. So this episode, I think I've checked the clock and I've been working on it for about 3 hours. So this is a long one. This is definitely a long one, but it's worth it. We need to get the landscaping done, and I wanted to get it done in one episode so we can move on to some other things pretty quick. So I'm glad we've made so much progress today on the build, and so I'm really, really happy about that. So don't forget to give me guys some feedback on the videos like I talked about at the beginning of the video, because that will really help me continue to make my videos better. And coming up this fall, I've got some really cool things planned to add to the channel. So definitely would love to hear your guys' feedback on some of that stuff I talked about at the beginning of the video. And yeah, if you can send it to me on Twitter also if you would like to, because I usually can always see that generally. So yeah, all right, so the tree looks awful, but we'll continue to refine it. I need to thicken up the trunk down at the bottom, so we'll just continue to let's see what we can do here. We'll kind of start to add a little bit more to this area of the trunk. And yeah, so I'm just going to continue to thicken up the trunk down here by adding pieces like that. And then see, we're starting to make some progress on the design of the tree, so you can kind of add some of these guys to it like that. Look at that, it's already kind of coming together. So just little simple things like that, really subtle, root structures. Make sure the root in the base of the tree is thick enough and wide enough to be able to support, a large amount of leaves and branches off the top of the tree. So yeah, so give me 1 second, let me finish up this tree and I'll be right back. All right, and welcome back, and we have completed somewhat of our landscape. So the rest of it, I think I'll take up on a live stream coming up pretty soon and finish up all of this. So look at this. We are finally getting this thing all complete. Look at that magnificent tree. Look at its nice root structure leading up to the top. I put just some standard plants around it and a little bit of coarse dirt for something a little different. Put some jungle leaves around there, looking pretty snazzy. And I love this. So we got that little river that flows through here, and now it deposits down there. There's still a little bit of work to do down below, but that's just some finishing work to do. And yeah, look at this over here. Look at this. This looks wonderful. The water kind of flows down here. Got some plants growing over the side. Got a zombie jumping over there. Got a nice little waterfall here. We worked on the cliff. Now I still want to put about 2 trees, maybe 3 trees overhanging the pool deck there. I think that will look pretty good. Well, guys, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. There we go. So I've been terraforming a little bit in my creative world where we're building the that looks a little weird. Where we've been building the let's actually put this over at the top. There we go. A Skyrim house. So I did some terraforming for the mountains and everything.